First of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Tony Effick, and I'm one of the co-founders of Black and Brilliant. There's two of us on the screen because my wife here is the other co-founder. This is Perky. She'll introduce herself in a minute. But first of all, I just want to be super clear so everyone knows that this session is being recorded. And so obviously, and part of the reason for that is that we have other learners who are not in this cohort who don't get the chance to get the personalized coaching we're going to talk about in a second, who want to maybe watch this later on. So obviously, use your utmost discretion in recognition of that. But before we go into that, I just wanted to first of all just give you guys a little bit of background on Black and Brilliant, so you understand exactly who we are and why we're doing this, and some details around the program. I'm going to start there with a bit of an introduction. We are, and then going to hand over to Perky, who's going to give you a little bit of an overview on some of the resources and tools that you'll have access to. And then we're going to meet the coaches, and they're going to give you a little bit about some of their background and also their specializations, and then how they can help. And then would love to get to meet some of you guys and obviously answer any questions you might have of us in general, the coaches in the program as well. So let me just get a little bit into it. So just a little bit of background about Black and Brilliant. So Black and Brilliant was really born of this idea, as you can see on the screen, that if we all hold hands together in a unified effort, we can actually start to make some change. And many of the people on the call, many of the coaches were some of the initial founders of that program. And the idea is that we believe with the right kind of support, with the right kind of training, and with access to networking and resources, we think a new generation of Black and brown people from around the world can enter leadership roles across industries with a very specific focus on technology and STEM-related disciplines. So it's a big focus of ours. Data science is an area we have a lot of passion for, simply because of its impact across the broader economy, wherever you are in the world. And so I lucked out, I was speaking at an event for the United Nations, and I met Zach Sims there, who's the co-founder of Codecademy, and we decided to work together. And so Codecademy is a real key partner of ours. They've been incredibly generous in the resources and the support they've given to us in order to make this thing happen. But before I get too much into that, I just wanted to just say, first of all, congratulations to all of you, the learners on here. We are just so impressed with the quality of you all. People say there's a lack of diverse talent out there. And when I went through these, I was like, who are these people, and how comes I don't know about them already, and why are they so damn good? And why was it such a difficult decision for us to work through all of these and pick you guys? I have to say, you guys are outstanding, and I just want to celebrate you just right now. I don't know how much help you need from us, because you're already pretty amazing. Yeah. But I just want you guys to know that, first of all. So congratulations, truly impressive. So as I get into this now, so we're going to be using Codecademy as an interactive platform now. So you will all get access to it. Perky will talk to you a little bit about that later. You all get access to Codecademy, but we are just focusing on one of their pathways. It's called the Data Science Career Path. And we're also going to be focusing very specifically on a subset of that career path, because all of you on this call have some kind of previous technical experience. Some of you already work in data science. Some of you pretty much even know Java, Python, a bunch of stuff you already know in this space. And so we are skipping the earlier parts of the data science pathway. And then we're going to be starting on module 14, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So you're the primary cohort, and then there's a secondary cohort of people who are starting from module 1, okay? So now, many of you already know Python, many of you know a lot of these skills, and we'll talk a little bit about what you should expect and be able to get from the coaches, because it's not just about the technical expertise you're going to get from the coaches. These women and men just know a lot about this space. They're industry leaders. They've been working for decades, most of them. They know how the market's organized. They know who's who. They know what the most exciting spaces are. They know what skill sets or gaps you might need to plug and fill. But the core of it is not, just the hard skills like data science, data engineering, and programming. We're also going to explore things like responsible AI, social justice, and bias and machine learning, because what we're not trying to do is bring up a bunch of the same types of problems that we're already facing in this industry. So you guys who are coming into this should come at this at a different angle, in a different way, and try to change things, because the idea is that when you guys are in the room, you're going to see and think and feel differently about certain types of training sets and that kind of stuff, and you might want to just change how things are done. So that's incredibly important. And so the upskilling and mentorship is incredibly important to us, in this fast-growing industry for 3 good reasons. And we've done some press on this. So the first reason is this is where some of the highest-paying jobs are going to be. Check. Second reason, there's a whole bunch of jobs that are going to be disappearing. So we don't want to be in that space either. And then the third one is one I just said, which is if we're in the room, there's a massive social and cultural implications to where this is going. So we want you guys to be a part of it. So your coaches are from all walks of life. Some have really extensive technical knowledge. Some don't have technical knowledge, but all of them understand the industry and some of the things that you're going to need to know in order to get through. So we have people from academia, we have people from AI, we have people from data science, research, we have people from design, and we have companies like Google, Etsy, Microsoft, Huge, NBC Universal, a whole range of organizations where people are going to be putting their hand out to support and pull you up over the wall. So, but before we meet the coaches, I'm going to hand over to Perky, who's going to talk a little bit about the course structure and expectations. And I'm going to do a quick screen share. And now I'm going to get lost because I never use Zoom. This is going to be the one. So hopefully you can see my screen. Can you see the screen? And it's got like a doc, AI Accelerator Resources and links. Great. All right, Tony.
Just want to say what Tony said before, which is welcome and congratulations. We went through all of your applications and we're just like, got struck by just how amazing everybody is. So thank you, and we really appreciate you joining us today. My name is Perky Noah Efik. I'm the co-founder with Tony of Black and Brilliant. I look after operations and the resourcing. And obviously for this initiative that we're doing, I'm going to be your main kind of person to call upon if you are stuck with anything. So I think probably I'm just going to skip and give you the AI at blackandbrilliant.info. And I know a lot of you've already got emails from me. That's the best email to use if you need me, if you're stuck with anything. And obviously you'll have the resources of the coaches as and when you need their help. So in terms of the course and length modules, this course is a 10-week course that was advertised and it starts today, finishes 10 weeks from now. It's a self-directed course, as Tony's explained, using Codecademy's platform. We have 4 modules core modules that we're going to be working on, and Tony's touched on these as well. It's the first main one is the data science career path. The other 3 are responsible AI, social justice, business of AI, and getting started, and then obviously the user experience design, research, and creative. The next big meeting that we're going to have with all of you guys is going to be for the user experience design and creative. So it's going to be a similar thing, and we're going to have our coaches who are experienced in that speak to you guys on that. In terms of tools and resources, so you've basically just got 2 platforms that you need to worry about or you need to be plugged into. We've got Codecademy, they've given us premium accounts for you guys to use and to learn along with. And then also we've got Slack. Slack has been super generous with us and has partnered with us for a long time. So we're using their platform. This will be your universe to everything. We have the coaches on there, we have the weeks on there. We're also going to have a link on there, a channel on there for you guys to interact with each other. If you need any help, you can ping each other. I do ask that you're mindful of the coaches. They've been super, super helpful with their time, and I would say only ping them when you desperately need help. Try and kind of help each other within that platform. And if you're stuck, reach out to me, reach out to the coaches.
And just on that point, there is another probably somewhere between 40 to 60 other people who are in the secondary cohort who don't have the kind of knowledge you guys have, who are going to be in this environment in the community as well. So we'd also ask that you try and lift them up as well. So they're going to be people who are starting from week 1, don't have your technical knowledge. You're going to encounter them on Slack. Try and support them where you can as well.
Yeah. We're just trying to build a great community with that. For each coach, they have their own channel, and you will, once you get the link into that, you'll be able to see what their specialization is. So if you need help on a particular module, you know who to call and when to call on them. We also have the weeks, and that's also detailed out for you. So I think the sheet, I have a sheet that I'm going to send to you guys. And I'm not sure, Tony.
Yeah, I'm going to walk through that right now. So you will all get a version of this sheet right here. What you see here organized, because, you know, I love Slack, but sometimes it's a bit hard to navigate.
It's a bit jumbled up.
So what you see here is that here at each week, and then I'm just going to show you a week. And so I'm going to, Slack doesn't automatically. So basically you'll click on here, it will take you to that specific week in Slack.
Yeah.
Okay, and in that specific week in Slack, you have all the information, all the community links you need as well. And so you can see here how all the weeks are broken up. So you can see week one is a welcome. It's you do exploratory data analysis, and we go straight into NLP. Yeah. Then we have several weeks of supervised machine learning, and then we go into unsupervised, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So each week you can just click one of these links, and you're in the appropriate week.
Yeah. And if you get stuck, you've got the sheet, which I will circulate amongst all of you guys, so you can use that. I also did a sheet for the coaches, so I think this is super helpful. Again, same idea, click onto it. You can get Quincy, you can get Tony, you can get Mark, or whoever you need. And that's pretty much it.
Great, so I'm gonna stop sharing screen for a second, or maybe I will see if I can share. I don't know how to do this on Zoom. Let me just quickly show you what our environment looks like in Slack. There we go. So my Slack's gonna look a little bit different from yours, and so what you can see here is that who's this? This is me. This is my coach's page. And you can see I have a coach profile. And then, and this is where you'd interact with me. And in here is a document that has my profile, my specialization, my office hours, how you can get in touch with me and everything you need there. And then down here, what you can see here is, mine's a bit more complex than the one you're going to see.
It's weeks.
You can see each of the weeks. So you can see here, week 2 is, in this instance, is you can see it in natural language processing, etc. So each week is organized in that way. You can get to what you want, ask questions, debate, talk with each other, etc. Okay, so we're going to pop up like that, and then you can see all the other coaches. And so here you see Sean, Bashir's there, Valerie's here, etc., etc. Okay, so that we will send this document out to you, and then later on today you will get your Codecademy login as well. Yeah. And so the key thing to remember is that we're going to be doing the data science career path, and we're going to start at week 14. So thank you, Becky, for that. I appreciate that. So I think without further ado, I think what we really need now is for you guys to kind of meet the coaches and get to know them. And so I'd love to maybe just go around some of the coaches and just for them just to say a quick hello and introduce themselves. So I'm going to start with you, Mahir. You're right in the center of my screen. You're one of our original founders. I'd love for you to talk a little bit about, just say a little bit about your background, what you do, and where you think you could be most helpful.
Great. Well, thanks for having me, Tony and Perky, and nice to meet you all. I have a background in product development and data science, and I was running a data science team at RGA, one of the global agencies headquartered in New York. And for the last 4 years, I actually was also being the CTO of my own startup, Topos. And right now I'm about to start my new role at Etsy as a director of engineering. My expertise is in the field of data-driven applications, as well as like using machine learning for specific purposes, like most specifically recommendation systems. This might be like, recommendations for, location, site selection, or it can be like, search results or advertising, bidding systems. So that's like kind of like my expertise. I'm happy to help also a little bit navigating the business life, like, how to climb the ladder in certain roles. And this like data science and machine learning related roles are still, I would say, heavily work in progress in the industry. So they are not well defined in some organizations. So I have experience like, navigating those ambiguities as well. So don't want to take too much of the time. I have my Slack channel and happy to talk to you and welcome again.
That's great. Wylo, will you be okay going next? And I was a former ex-colleague of mine as well. Wylo, thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you, Tony and Perky. My name is Wylo Easton. I also have RGA background, not as a technician, but I was a learning and development director there. That's where I met Tony. And right now I am an assistant professor of professional practice at Rutgers University. And I might say, we also have what's now known as a STEM MBA, where you can concentrate your MBA in STEM. I am here primarily to help you with, as they say, the hard skills will get you hired and the soft skills will get you fired. So I'm really here to help you with Office Street Smarts, which I did with Dr. Rihanna Rogers, who is also a part of the program, how to navigate, how to have crucial conversations, how to present yourself, business communication. That's what I also teach. I also teach search engine marketing as well as digital marketing. So the way I can help you is as a career coach. And I also, my claim to fame is I started a toy company 35 years ago and created the first Black superhero toy, Sunman. So I know all about starting businesses. So, but career coaching is probably my biggest asset to you here. So that's why you reach out to me, and I welcome talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, Michael, you're next on my screen. Can you say hello? Michael Horn.
Yes, good afternoon. So my name is Michael. I am also an ex-RGAer, but a much longer time ago. And more recently, I've been the Chief Data Officer at Huge for about 5 years. We're a product and digital experience design company, so creating experiences that are enabled by data as well as by empowered through data of users. I lead a team of about 50 researchers, data analysts, and machine learning folks here based in Brooklyn. And a lot of my focus for this program is going to be around how we apply ethical standards to work. I'm a co-author of a data practices manifesto in partnership with the Linux Foundation and with Data.World, which really looks at principles, not just of regulatory compliance, which is kind of the old way of thinking about privacy, but as a function of values, both personal values, corporate values, employment values, and making sure that everything we do as data professionals is guided by a code of practices that is defensible today as well as to our future selves when things are not such a wild west as they are today.
Thank you so much, Michael. We've been talking about RGA quite a bit because the next person on my screen is Mark Marley. I don't know how this all ended up. Zoom must have known something. Mark, over to you, please.
I feel like between Tony Mahir and Michael Horn talking, they've basically done my introduction. So I'll keep this brief. Mark Mallet, GVP of Technology at Huge with Michael Horn. Used to work at RGA, actually 2 tours of duty for me there over 10 years. One of the times with Mahir, and we ran the data science team over there, and we worked very closely with Tony. My kind of background originally is in kind of the intersection of technology and design. Actually taught a class at NYU in their ITP program about designing with artificial intelligence. So super excited, looking forward to talking to all you guys. Specifically for me, it's kind of at that intersection of humanizing data, humanizing technology, and how you guys can kind of position the type of work you want to be doing for your career. And also just general career advice is what I'm here for as well. So feel free to message me. Really excited.
That's cool. Okay, so I'm going to my next screen. And so Nana, I don't know if you are ready to talk, but you are next for me, Nana.
Yeah, awesome. And I wasn't at RGA, but I was with Tony at NBC in his previous life. So my name is Nana Siman. So I'm the director of data engineering at Condé Nast, and I'm excited to be here with everyone as well. So I come in as a data engineer and from a perspective of finding ways to help everyone figure out how to get data into their projects, and also how to productionize your models as you build them as well. Because one part that I would say doesn't get really emphasized when you are a data scientist is when you are done building your experiments and building your models, you do need to take your models into a productionized state, and also to move your model scores or your online inference scorings to production, right? Actually, how do you feed this into an actual system? So that's where my expertise comes into play, and also from a data engineering perspective. So how do you prepare the data before you feed that data into your models? How do you wrangle the data? How do you transform them to, again, get you to a point where you can start doing feature engineering on top of for your models, and coming up with the right training data sets and the test data sets as well. So I'm available on Slack, and feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'll be glad to help you.
That's great. Thank you, Nan. I appreciate that. And then there's another link, which is via Rutgers, which is where I met Valerie. And so, Valerie, can you say a few things quickly?
Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Embry. I'm currently a Rutgers master's degree student. I work at Citibank, and I am a VP in their institutional technology team for institutional banking clients. And pretty much my expertise would come into career coaching, and also working with teams where maybe you have a team where you want to increase their performance. So if you're a manager and you're working on expanding your knowledge base, but you also want to make sure that you're bringing your team along so that you guys are approaching your goals at a speed and a pace that you'd like it to be. I can kind of help you work on, how to refocus the resources that you have so that you can gain an optimal performance. I can also help you with, just general interviewing skills, and just anything in regards to professional development, even in the technology spectrum. That's what you can reach out to me for.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Ruth, are you there? Can you say something? I know it's late.
Hello, hi. My name is Ruth. Just in addition to what Nana said, I currently work at Airbus's Center for Cybersecurity Excellence. We do a lot of data science in cybersecurity, but it's just data science. I basically work as the data engineer / social network analysis expert. So 80% of the work you're going to be doing, 60 to 80% of your data science projects are going to be actually, believe it or not, in getting and cleaning your data. That's the actual work you're going to be doing. And if you need help with that, you can call me or you send me a message. If you also need help with any of your social network analysis, if you find yourself stuck in any SNA project, you can also text me on that. So that's really where I can help. Thanks.
Thank you, Ruth. Appreciate that. Femi, I see you there. Femi, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hi, I'm Femi Anthony. I do data engineering work at Capital One, and what I could say is very similar to what Nana says, has already said already. He's encapsulated pretty much, the roles that data engineers fill, and also what Ruth has just said. It's actually funny. There was an article, I think it was on Reddit, where they were saying what needed in the industry now is data engineers, not data scientists. We've had enough of data scientists. So just want to make a plug for our own subfield here. And to echo what Ruth said, it's one thing in actually creating the model in Jupyter notebooks, but to actually get it up and running in production and doing what we want and getting the reliability that we need, that's where you need the data engineers to actually scale and actually just get the model running every day with very little trouble. So I'm available to help you with if you've got needs with pandas, if you've got, if you're trying to figure out a database backend, if you if you want to venture with Apache Spark, I can be of great help in those areas. So yeah, that's my spiel.
Okay, that's great. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that, Femi. So Bashir, just popped up on my screen. Do you want to quickly say hello and say, you heard the format?
Okay. Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you very much for having me. I'm super excited to be here, and congratulations once again for all the selected participants. So I'm basically I'm a network and machine learning engineer with about 10 years of experience that cut across network operations research, cloud computing, financial services, telecommunications, and also academia. So, and I'm currently working as a postdoc in the computational research division here at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory in California. And my current research focuses on developing AI and machine learning algorithms to optimally control distributed network resources for exoskeletal science applications, and basically how current US Department of Energy network infrastructures are utilized. I'm happy to help in the areas of supervised learning, unsupervised, deep learning, reinforcement learning, predictive analytics, name it. And I think I like what most of the coaches have said, especially Ruth and Femi. Most 90% of whether data science or data engineers, you need to know, how to clean and process your data. So a lot of things you're going to be doing on your project will definitely, is going to be helpful to be able to get that, in place. So remember that good data leads to, good results and accurate results. Poor data or bad data leads to poor results. So I'll also add to what Femi has said, data is now the new oil, and that's why we are all here, right? And that's why a lot of jobs are coming up and all that. So feel free to reach out on Slack and on my calendar. Thank you.
That's great. And I think, Sakina is the last one, I think. And if I've missed anybody on the coach's side, please just say something in the chat. But Sakina, are you there? Do you want to say something?
I am indeed. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Congratulations to all those that got onto this. My name is Sakina Abdullah BAE. I'm in Dublin. I work at PayPal. I suppose I can actually support for folks who are looking to develop projects in regards to payments. So I'm more into fintech payments and the e-commerce side of things. Also, if you need advice in regards to cloud security, you can reach out to me in Slack or, if you've got my calendar there, I can support in that way. I look forward to working with everyone.
It's amazing. Sakina, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you for your
ongoing
course.
We know it's late over there.
We know it's late. Well, it's late for a lot of people, isn't it? So people are from very far field. I think, unless I've missed the coach, because I don't quite know how to use Zoom as well as I should do. I think I haven't missed anyone. If I've missed you, just put something in the chat. There are more coaches than this, which is fantastic. The willingness of these people, these experts, as you've heard, to give their time and their support to everybody to help raise everyone up. So I'm super heartened and grateful for that. Who just showed? Quincy Olatunde, at last, just at the last second. Quincy, say your thing. Last one.
trying to get out of the other 9 to 5 and then with the kids and all that stuff. So, but I just thought, I'd quickly jump on. What are we doing? Just introduction or?
Yeah, just an introduction, where you think you can help, your background, what you do.
Okay. Quincy Olatunde. I work with NBC Universal currently. Background in programming, technology. I do more on the business side now. So the way you think of me is more as a product person who understands data, to think in terms of a business growth, right? Whether to start a new business or to grow a business, or to take that data and be able to translate it into meaningful insights, and how to now take that and storytell, right, with the leadership or consumers, right? Because a lot of the challenge that people with data is that we can't really translate that well, right? And at the end of the day, it's all about your business results. So anything that has to do around products, e-commerce, how to take it to market, how to get a job in the space, and how to sell that, right, into consumers and also maybe like VCs or people that are looking to maybe fund your company or what have you, like to be able to capture that data and to be able to translate it to allow them to tell that story, right, and to deliver the business resolve, which is how I always qualify it, right? You can always reach out to me from that perspective. So that's the way I live it.
Thank you, Quincy. Appreciate that. Come off of chat, it would be wonderful just for you to say your name, give a little bit about your background, and maybe what you'd love to gain from this program. I think that would be incredibly helpful for all of us. Does anybody want to come off of mute and just say hi? This is your moment. I see Audrey there. Audrey,
Hello?
she's ready.
Oh,
Let's see. Who's that? Who wants to speak? You go first.
Oh, hi. My name is Sierra Hall. I am a senior at a local school here, majoring in modeling, simulation, and visualization engineering. I currently work as a data scientist in the defense industry. And what I would like to gain from this program is just to learn more about data science, because I got accepted into Johns Hopkins University for my master's degree, but I'm trying to soak up as much information as possible. So thank you very much to the coaches, and thank you for this opportunity.
That's fantastic. Okay. Somebody else want to just jump in, just start speaking, whoever's next.
Sure, I'll jump in.
Good evening from
The people want to, sorry, maybe I get a bit more organized about this. If you just, I don't know who was just.
Raise your hand is probably.
Yeah, just put me in the chat. That's more than enough. But unless I can just go around and pick people. Sorry, do I have another show? Whoever wants to speak, just start speaking and then we'll work it out.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Mayowa. I'm from Nigeria. Okay, so I have no formal background, but I did go ahead to pick up the challenge of learning in myself. So I've actually completed the course on Codecademy, the data science career path. But I'm just looking for, I think what I'd like to get from this program is just for experience and to, like the other person that before me said, just to soak up as much knowledge as I can and to get experience and exposure to the data science. So I'm really happy that I got the chance to be here. And thank you for having me.
No, our pleasure. Congratulations. Who's next? Who wants to say hi next?
I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
Can you hear me all right? All
Yes.
right. Hey, everyone. My name is Vidal. I'm actually based out of Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm currently a front-end developer for Banner Health, which is the largest hospital healthcare system in Arizona, or second largest up there. I joined this program to get a better understanding of AI in general. It's something that I've had interest in, but never had the opportunity to explore any further than as an interest. So this was a great opportunity to further that. And being so young in my career, I've only been a developer for like 3 or 4 years. There's still so much that I would like to learn and kind of cast a net and see, what sticks. I like front-end development, but the notion of getting to learn AI is something that I've always, held a favor for. So this is a great opportunity. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Vidal.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ayo. I'm currently a program manager for a startup in San Francisco. And I joined this program and backtrack a little bit. So last year I did register also for a PhD program, which I was a part of. And before then I got so much interest in data science during my MBA. And I did join this program because I did want to solidify my learning in that area and learn more about data science and artificial intelligence. So I'm so excited to be part of this program. I'm excited to be chosen to be part of this program, and I look forward to learning from all the mentors in the program. Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. We're very happy to have you.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. My name is Daniel. I'm reaching you from Cape Town. I'm so glad to be part of this great opportunity. I'm a Nigerian and I'm doing my PhD at the University of Cape Town. Also an astrophysics student. So I'm very, very much interested in data science and in AI because part of my research work is going to involve using machine learning to predict astronomical transients, which I'll be doing in collaboration with my research group here in South Africa and then some others in the US. So I look forward to participating in this program and then learning as much as possible from it, most especially how to build machine learning models and then how to deploy them. Like some of the coaches said, I've tried a number of courses on machine learning. I've actually learned practice a lot, but most times after writing the code, I usually discover that it doesn't end there. You have to deploy it, but I don't even have the experience. So I look forward to learning that in this program. Thank you very much.
I appreciate that, Daniel. Do any of the coaches want to respond to this idea of that Daniel's brought up about the distinction between deployment and the theory of getting something going, just so we can have a bit of dialogue here? Is there anyone who wants to really talk about that gap that maybe Daniel?
Yeah, this is where the data, you need to enlist the help of a data engineer, right? So you've deployed, you've created your model, maybe you run it on some data, and you've set it up, but if you really want to like get it going, you might want to like put it on the cloud on AWS or something, right? And this is where we can help with that. Yeah, so because for my team, our role is basically once we work with the data scientists to essentially productionize their models, right? So they might do it, think of it as they work on the lab, right? They're the scientist who works in the lab, and they're ready to essentially productionize that what they've worked on and take it to production. So this is where you'd basically get somebody with engineering chops who can actually help you to deploy that model, situate it in a location, and get a pipeline or a process that would run on a daily basis. So that's what data engineers do.
Yeah,
that's sort of our role.
Very helpful.
Yeah, I would also add to that, Tony. Like, I even think that, and this is maybe a little specific to like my world, but I think there's like the kind of upfront consulting side, which is really important, and that might take the shape of creative consulting. So somebody has an idea, or they have maybe a design system or a creative concept, and you as somebody knowledgeable with the technology, with the services, can actually make the idea better by collaborating with them. So that's kind of on the consulting side. But then I think there's like the planning side, which happens kind of in the middle, which is similar to like systems architecture, but from a data science kind of standpoint. And then there's everything that we're talking about here, which is also on kind of engineering and deployment aspect of it. So, I almost think of them as three buckets. And I think we can work with you guys to kind of touch all three of the buckets based on kind of like the need.
I wouldn't mind you talking a little bit more about, because we're going to tap into, weeks to come, but we start talking about, because this data usually, particularly if there is a consumer or a business interface, has to sit. There's the user experience design, there's research, there's usability, there's the visualization of data, all of that. Do you mind just giving everyone a little bit of a download on how your world works and how you think about some of this stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I'll point out Mahir and Michael Horn as well to chime in here if I'm missing any of these things. But especially Mahir, I would say from kind of like a visualization standpoint. But like, I think with so many of these types of projects, there's different gates and steps throughout the journey. And the way I like to look at a lot of them is really like what's first and foremost kind of like the business value of the idea, and then how does kind of the conceptual implementation take shape. And that means that you have people from data science coming together, you have people from a creative standpoint, maybe it's design, maybe it's something else coming together. And typically you also have, like a business strategist involved. And that's kind of like, usually on a lot of the early phases where you're talking about your standard kind of like feasibility, of a project, and, is it a good idea? Like, how is it going to move forward? The planning phases. So, it's going to sound very simplistic, but so much of it is actually just thinking about who you should be collaborating with and at what phase. But that's like a very simple way that I like to look at these things. Like, you might not always, everybody says it, you might not be the expert in the room, but you know somebody who is. And if you have the knowledge that you're like, I need to go talk to Tony, then that's a lot of times half the battle. And from a career standpoint, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that actually shows that you know what you're doing.
Yeah. So often people think they need all the answers.
Exactly.
Mahir, do you want to just chip in there, and Michael, and then we'll do some more intros?
Yeah, I think Mark explained it very well. But the other thing might be to add here is, like, what are the specific problems we are trying to solve, and like, what type of data we can find or create for that problem. I think there's a lot of creativity. I agree with everything that other people said about data engineering, but it's also important that there sometimes, a lot of creativity that we can use, like we can generate data or we can just create some data for specific problems. But it all goes back to exactly what just Mark said, like what are the problems we are actually trying to solve, I guess.
Yeah. I would just add, I love that this is coming up so soon, because that the use case definition and practical applications, I mean, this is exactly the type of wisdom, not just knowledge, which comes from working in the field for years or decades, and I think can be a real differentiation versus just the academic or hard skills one.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm just conscious we're coming close to time. Does anybody else want to say hello who is one of our learners who hasn't stepped up yet? Be brave, this is your moment.
Audrey.
Okay.
So hi everyone, I hope everyone can hear me. So I'm Audrey. I'm French. I just got my PhD in computational chemistry, so I mean I can understand that for some of you it can be weird that I'm here, but actually I want to work in drug discovery. I think it's my goal after my PhD. So what I want to learn, as I would say, relearn actually, because machine learning methods, that's a field that I have learned during my master's degree. So I wanted to develop my data engineering skills in a more transversal fashion, in a more transversal skill actually. Sorry, my English is pretty shaky right now.
Don't worry, my French is pretty bad, so that's fine. We understand what you were saying.
This sounds very exciting, this intersection. Actually, Bashir, do you want to kind of like, if you're here still, just engage with this, because you were very interested in this concept of intersectional skills.
Yes. So Audrey, it's not weird that you are here. You're actually on track, and I would say, I give it to you, and congratulations again for being here.
Thank you so much.
So there's this current research that is going on at the lab right now, where they've been developing deep learning models to generate like COVID drugs. I think one of the research actually won the Golden Bell Prize, which is like the Oscars of computer science, if you like, right? So it won an award in that, and most of the folks that came together to do that work was people like you, which are the domain experts. We, the computer scientists, all we do is just to run these models, write the programs and all that. But at the same time, if we have domain experts on board that have both skills, which is the programming skills and all that, it's always a plus, right? And things are always gotten very fast. So I think you're on point and you're on track. And I'm also happy to, work with you. Feel free to reach out, anytime. I'm happy to help.
Yes, I will definitely do so. Thank you so much.
That's great. Alexander, you joined a little bit late, but we missed you earlier. So do you want to just give just say hi and some background so we can get to know you as one of the coaches?
Oh, yes. Thanks so much. And sorry for joining late. I was just in a business meeting. So professional background is I'm a data science and analytics team lead at a marketing technology agency called Wunderman Thompson. That gives a lot of exciting opportunities to do analytics, machine learning, and AI. My background is actually in Japanese literature, not math or statistics or analytics, but I think that really informed my worldview of like learning the hard skills to a point where you can be creative in sort of the connections you create. And as you know, some people were talking about creativity. Some interesting stuff I'm working on now is we have access at work to this this new model called GPT-3, which is a language generation model. And it's definitely not at the standard of a human yet, but it's better than other language generation models have been. So we're kind of like trying to find the sweet spot of how do you decide an acceptable criteria for something like generating language where there isn't like a firm success criteria like a classification model. So sorry, I hope I'm not rambling too long. It seemed like we had a little bit of extra time, so I just wanted to share that.
We really appreciate that, and I just want to and say thank you for that. That's great. So I think learners. Alexander's going to be a great resource for you, particularly at that intersection of creativity and data science. I want to introduce, just flipped up on my screen, Stephen Canetti as well. Stephen, do you mind just saying a quick hello and give them a little bit of your background, your fascinating background, and some of your specialism? I think it would be really helpful.
I really apologize for joining so late. I kind of had some pretty big issue at work that I just got off of.
Real life.
So I'm Stephen Canetti. I'm a senior data engineer at Double Verified, which is an ad tech company in New York City. I was in the Bay Area for a few years, most recently at Baker Hughes, which was majority owned by General Electric company. So I was part of the BHGE Digital. We were doing AI and machine learning in the industrial space for oil and gas companies, so a lot of time series, and trying to build out platform like a generic platform for anomaly detection for like really large scale industrial stuff. But I spent a really long time in academia. I have a background in physics. I spent way too long in that. If anybody has any questions, free to I'm happy to answer any questions. But yeah, if you have questions, so I transitioned more as I was navigating the space to software engineering because I found that was a better fit for where my interests lie. So, you know, if people are deciding, do I go more into the engineering route, more data science, it definitely, you know, I'm happy to share my experience because they are different roles and require slightly different skill sets. There is a spectrum. So it's a matter of finding out like where you fall along that spectrum. So happy to talk with anybody about that.
That's great. So appreciate you there, Stephen. I think we're coming close to time. Shamal, I think you might want to say something because I see you gotta say something. Say hi.
Yes, I absolutely must say something. I'm Shamel Lakin, everyone. I am originally from New York City. I just graduated from Flatiron School, and I'm just really interested in technology because, well, a little story. My uncle, he graduated from Penn State University. And years ago, he was just ahead of the curve on technology and everything. And he told me a long time ago, he said, Shamel, get into tech. Do this, get into tech. So I said, oh, okay, hold up. Wait a minute, you know. And throughout the years, you know, I put it off. So finally I said, all right, it's time. It's time to start learning this. And so that's when I enrolled to Flatiron School. And he just passed away the other day. And everything I'm doing for him in tech, and it's for him and it's for our community as well, our culture, our community. everyone. And I just want to make the world a better place for all of us. I know AI can do this, and I want to thank every last person on here who's putting in time and the effort to help people. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Sorry to get so emotional.
Oh man, Shamal, you're making me tear up, man. And your uncle's looking down at you and thinking, saying, man, it worked. He's proud of you right now.
Yeah, and also this year, 2020 has been just a big learning curve for all of us. And for me, especially, it's taught me to get back to the things that are important to me. So that's one learning curve or thing that I have learned, and I hope people are learning from that. And with AI and with the future, we really do need to get involved and have a seat at the table. It's important.
Yeah, and so, yeah, so hopefully everyone's got the sense from this call that if you can't, if there's a problem you have in this space, you got like a bench here that is just phenomenal. There's probably no question you can't get an answer to. There's no insight or experience this collective bench of amazing people can't solve for you. And so I just think, so just fully utilize this. So I think next steps are you're going to get your logins, as I said in the note, to both Slack and to Codecademy. The coaches are generously offering their time. Obviously, they're all got busy workloads. They all have different specializations. Use this resource. There's no excuse at the end of this not to kind of end up in a better place. And I think the people we have here have been kind of amassed, so to speak, in order to kind of do that. So, unless if anyone has any last comments, questions, feel free to speak now before we close up.
Just quickly, I think one thing that was missing from, sorry, this is Ruth speaking. So one of the earlier speakers mentioned something about software engineering, and it just popped into my head that that's one thing that has not really been covered here, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is to develop useful data products. It doesn't matter whether you're a data scientist or an engineer, it's about the usability of the data product in the end. And the roles of software engineers, very funny, have actually turned out to be one of the most useful roles, because believe it or not, data scientists can't actually develop their own software in most cases. They can like build models and all that, but it's really hard for them to put that model into a usable product, because they just take that and put it as a product. And that's just another field that exists in the entire Venn diagram of data science, right? And just something to keep in mind.
Absolutely, and I think that's one we'll cover maybe next time. Anybody else want to add to that before we close out? All right, well,
Sipu has her hand up.
I can't see.
Hi. Right here.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Is this Sipu?
Sipu, yes. I just wanted to quickly introduce myself, and then I also had a question. My name is Sipu, and I'm coming from a non-traditional background, 15 years in the healthcare space as a clinician in critical care and anesthesia, and I made the decision to jump over to data science. So I'm a little bit of a data geek. I love it. I immerse myself in projects constantly, but what's missing for me is I need a tribe. I need a group of people that I can network with that can help me when I'm struggling, or people that I can also share my knowledge with. What's missing for me is I just feel like I'm missing the sense of community. And I think the coaches have expressed that they're really willing to help us figure out our career path, just because I'm coming to learn that there's so many different options. And finally, I think I want to do a better job of understanding how to productize and productionize data science, just so I can be more effective. So I'm hoping that once we're on the Slack channel, I really want to get to know each and every one of you, like even the learners, because you guys are my peers now. So I really want to just be available to you and hope that you can do the same for me. Thank you.
That's exactly what the Slack channel is for. So yeah, thank you.
Any other coaches want to respond to that? Just so.
I am really encouraged by that, Ruth. That's the space that I exist in. You know, it's not just doing data for data's sake. You've got to think about this as a product, right? And be able to communicate that and communicate the value to people. And that's where the real money starts to roll in. You know, that's Tony knows me. I'm all about products.
That's cool.
But that's encouraging to hear. So yeah, we're really here. We're excited. You know, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
I just want to thank Tony and Perky for putting this together and bringing this awesome amount of people together. That's wonderful. You guys do.
Oh man, okay.
It's our pleasure. I mean, we are constantly just like taken back by the talent. And you know, Tony's someone who is a very passionate person about getting this gap filled. And he's been just amazing and a real inspiration to me. So
I've just been lucky.
Here.
I've just been lucky to have met all of these people along my journey, and so I think I've collected these people over the years, and it's now all paying off. So these people are going to put back in the pot for us. Okay, so thank you everybody. Thank you for that while. I appreciate that. And so till the next time.
Your hand up, Musab. Did you have your hand up?
Yeah, Musab.
Yeah.
So I just wanna I wanted to introduce myself and just to say that we have someone from a very different part of the world. I am joining from Saudi Arabia, originally from Nigeria, and I'm an assistant professor here in Saudi at the university. My background is networking, but all of a sudden I am teaching data science here. I have taught myself data science, but I would say I have not been, I'm not advanced in that area. So I'm looking at this opportunity as a stepping stone to get advanced in the field. And I'm also looking forward to, so usually I tend, when I get back home in Nigeria during summer or any vacation, we tend to organize classes for students over there. And I think over the years, it's all networking and other aspects of computing. But this is an opportunity to bring machine learning to them. So if I am able to, if I use this opportunity well and learn, we're probably in one of our vacation courses, we'll introduce machine learning and data science. So this is a great opportunity for me, and thank you very much for really accepting me to participate. Thank you all.
It's a pleasure. You're going to add so much to this, and we would love to help you with that program in Nigeria if we can help with that. So we're trying to do something similar in South Africa as well. So, all right, well, I think we could keep going for the rest of the evening, but I know it's late. It's definitely late in Saudi Arabia. And then without further ado, thank you all. We will be editing and cutting this video, so others who weren't in the primary cohort who couldn't make it this evening can watch this. So look out, and it's been a pleasure talking to you, and we'll speak to you again soon, and we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.